Hello, everyone. Thank you for your interest in the Buchanan 2023 referendum. My name is Chris Garrity, the Senior Architect on the project. What we're going to talk about today is our project goals and district summary, what has changed since the last referendum. Then we're going to dive into Moccasin Elementary School and Buchanan High School, and then we'll finish up with the budget and the schedule. So starting with the project goals and district summary, during initial assessment of the facilities, we developed these overarching goals for the project. So at the end of the day, we want to make sure that we understand what success looks like for your schools and how this is going to improve your district and how this is going to improve your community. So these are the goals that were developed that we're going to work towards throughout the entirety of the project. So looking at your entire facility needs, two of the buildings came to the forefront as needing the most support: Moccasin Elementary School and Buchanan High School. Moccasin Elementary School is a dated facility. The HVAC and roofing concerns, there's ADA, which is accessibility, lack of space for your current programs, and you've got a lot of combined rooms. So for example, the combined lunchroom and gymnasium, as well as a combined media center and music room. Then general security enhancements. Now this facility, similar to the high school, your staff is doing an amazing job maintaining what they currently have. Some of the equipment is very old and should be well past its life expectancy. So your staff is doing a great job maintaining what they have. It's just time to invest back into your facility. Very similar to Buchanan High School, the building is dated. There is additional accessibility issues to make sure everything is ADA accessible. And there's some specific programs that need to get upgraded to the 21st century learning model. For example, the media center, science labs, as well as some of the athletic facilities. And then in general, just upgrading safety and security throughout the facility. When we did the facility assessment, we also looked at the education provided at each one of these facilities. One thing that was discovered is Buchanan High School is currently overcrowded. There's not any space for additional growth and capacity in the existing facility. So what we looked at is the possibility of relocating 8th grade from the high school back to the middle school. Locating it at the high school was not the wrong decision at the time, but as times have changed and as educational pedagogy has changed, it makes more sense for the 8th graders to move back to the middle school to give them other opportunities. This gives a little additional space at Buchanan High School then for the current enrollment. Moving them back to the middle school means we have to move a grade out of middle school to keep the current building as it's built. So moving 5th grade then to Moccasin Elementary School allows us to make all these grade modifications happen. Moccasin Elementary School, we're looking to do enough work as it is. It makes sense then to grow the facility to pick up 5th grade. So what has changed? So unfortunately, the last referendum was not successful. So what has changed since that last referendum? You can see here on the red matrix, we've indicated things that have been removed. So at Moccasin Elementary School, we've not done a new cafeteria. Instead, we're going to reuse the existing cafeteria. We've also reduced the competition-sized gym for the elementary to a traditional elementary recreation-sized gym. At the high school, we're no longer doing the new bus garage or relocating the district administration, and we're not going to do artificial turf at the football fields. However, what was added? So looking at Moccasin Elementary School, we're adding a new media center, and instead of the competition-sized gym, we're doing a recreation-sized gym. At the high school, we're going to look at doing a new student athletic entrance to create a new secure entry vestibule, student health and wellness center, auditorium upgrades, the auxiliary gym floor, and then expansion of the current cafeteria. And then what has stayed the same? Well, most everything else has stayed the same. So in the Moccasin Elementary School, the infrastructure renovation stays the same, including your heating, ventilation, or air conditioning, creating that new secure entry and moving the main entrance to the front. All of the classroom upgrades, ADA compliance, security upgrades. Same at the high school. Infrastructure renovations are still included, including your HVAC, your science lab renovations, and then the track and football field repairs, which is going to fix the current sinkhole issue and put with regular grass, not artificial turf. Okay, so let's take a look at Moccasin Elementary School. So this is the floor plan for Moccasin Elementary School. So the current facility is in that orange color you see there. As you can see, there's not much as far as space reconfiguration. So the classrooms that are currently there stay the classrooms, but we are going to do major renovations inside of those to bring them up to 21st century learning environments. You also see the current gym is going to stay the cafeteria, and we also listed that as a large group instruction space. So as the cafeteria is no longer being used during the day for feeding students, you can use that as a large group instruction space. What you do see in the purple is the new restroom upgrades, so those will be brought up to ADA accessibility. What's in blue on the north of the building is a new building addition. So that'll have the new building administration suite with secure entry vestibule, elevator to give ADA access to your second floor, a grade level of classrooms, art and media center and support spaces, and the new recreation-sized gym. Looking at that, we know that there's two issues. One, we're going to add some more students and staff to the building, and currently the car drop-off is causing issues at the current facility. So what we wanted to look at is how do we improve that with a parking expansion. So as you can see on the north side with the new addition, there'll be a new parking lot expansion, but also looking at a car drop-off loop to keep the drop-offs off of the road, put them on our property as well, making the site circulation around it is safer for students and drivers. Throughout the rest of the building, well, what is happening? So this is what's going to happen throughout the rest of the facility. Classroom doors and hardware are going to be replaced to be new safety and security door hardware. General safety and security upgrades are going to happen. Restrooms are going to be upgraded to meet ADA accessibility. Corridor floor finishes, corridor ceilings, your new heating and ventilations and air conditioning system. Your windows are going to be replaced. Your flooring is going to be replaced in your classrooms. New lighting is going to be replaced with LED. New classroom cabinets are going to be provided. The roof is going to be replaced. And again, we have that recreation-sized gym. These are some renderings of what that could start to look like. So this is what the current facility looks like. And then this is after the construction. And you can see on the left-hand side, that is going to be your new building addition. This is what the current entrance looks like for your visitors. And this is what it'll become. Again, creating a more defined entrance and a new safety and secure vestibule for people coming to your facility. This is what a typical classroom currently looks like. And while we're not changing walls, this is what the new one could look like. And then this is the new recreation-size elementary gym. And then looking at what the new 21st century media center could start to look like. And just another image of the media center. Books are not going to go away, but looking at how we can create a small group and other learning environments in that media center space. Then moving on to the high school. What you see here is the proposed new renovations and additions to the high school. So starting in the green is the new science lab renovations. So those are going to be updated in their current locations to create 21st century learning environments. Moving further down, the culinary lab is going to replace the current home ec or family consumer science labs to do a true culinary commercial lab. Throughout the entirety of the existing original building, we're going to do general interior renovation upgrades to bring that up to 21st century. Your restrooms are going to be upgraded to meet ADA accessibility. The flooring in the auxiliary gym is going to be replaced. And then looking at the blue is the new student health and wellness center, athletic entrance, and athletic offices. So this is going to move the fitness center component out to the front with the rest of the athletics and create a larger, safer student health and wellness center. We're also going to create a new athletic entrance at that location with a secure entry. The other benefit of that is it faces the parking lot. So students that come in from work study or other programs in the morning, or anyone that happens to show up late, has a secure entry vestibule to go to. Currently, students are trying to get into whatever door they can. So this is creating a location for them to come into the building. It also allows any visitors that happen to use the current parking lot, gives them a location again to enter the building. This does not change your current main entrance or secure entry vestibule. That stays as is. It's working great as it's designed, so we don't want to spend money on anything that we don't have to. Relocating the Fitness Center to the new Student Health and Wellness Center gives us an opportunity to expand the current cafeteria that is currently undersized, and also creates a large group instruction space. Going to the second floor, again, we're doing ADA restroom upgrades, general interior renovations to the current building, auditorium upgrades, and then renovating and reimagining what the media center can become. Going outside the facility, you see in the dark color there, the current building addition, and then looking at the football field, doing a track replacement. We've studied that. It's in need of some major renovations, repairs, as well as the field drainage and regrading with grass. So there's currently a number of sinkholes at the field, going through, regrading it, resloping everything, and then going back with grass. So when I talked about interior renovations of the building, this is what we're looking at. So all of the spaces in yellow will get new classroom doors, hardware for security, general safety and security upgrades, ADA restroom upgrades, corridor ceilings and floor finishes, your new HVAC system. Some of the pieces that were currently replaced or recently replaced, those are going to stay. So we're just going to expand that current system. Window replacement throughout the building. New LED lighting, science and culinary room upgrades. We talked about the auxiliary gym floor, the health and wellness center, the cafeteria expansion, and the track and field improvements. So looking at your auxiliary gym floor, currently it's difficult to play basketball because there's a lot of dead zones. So what we did is we investigated that a little further and realized that when that surfacing was put on, there was a padding that was supposedly or typically supposed to go underneath that surfacing. Well, that has never been installed. So as you're dribbling your basketball, you're actually hitting the concrete or hitting the cracks in the concrete, causing those dead zones. So what we're going to do is go over the existing floor with a new padding and a new surfacing to create another multi-purpose floor that's a little bit more functional. Looking outside the building, this is your current entrance to your building. And this is what it's going to look like with the new windows. We found some historic photos of the existing building. We want to bring back some of the charm and character of the existing 100-plus-year-old building. Going inside, looking at the new media center, what that could become. Books are not going to go away and computers are not going to go away. There's still going to be a computer lab component to it. But how do you create some more small group instruction spaces or small group project-based learning spaces to create opportunities for students to work together in a more flexible environment? This is what a current classroom looks like. And again, not relocating walls, but this is what the new space could start to become. Then going outside the building, what you see here in the front is the new Student Health and Wellness Center, as well as the new entrance. And looking at that as the drive into the building. And then the interior of the new Student Health and Wellness Center. And then this is the new secure entry facing the current parking lot. Then the renovated culinary lab to create a true commercial kitchen culinary program. And then renovations of the science labs, again, bringing it up to the 21st century learning environment. And then this is looking at that cafeteria expansion. So right now we're standing in the current cafeteria looking at that wall. And you see that with the logo there is an operable door that can be closed so the two spaces can operate independently, but then also could be open during cafeteria hours to create an extra seating space for students. And going inside the space, this is what it could be when it's operating as a cafeteria, but could also be closed off to create a separate learning environment or large group instruction space. We're going to finish then on budget and schedule. So what you see here is how each of the projects breaks out and how all of the additions come together for the total cost. Moccasin Elementary School is about just over $18 million worth of work. Buchanan High School is just over $16.5 million worth of work for everything we talked about today. When we looked at this, we also wanted to look at what a new building would cost versus the current facility, renovating the current facility. So what you see here is a new building on the middle school property and a new building on the current property. The main difference between the two is really demolition of the existing facility. And then we also show here that the current renovation project costs. For new building on the middle school property, is about $32 million, almost $33 million. A new high school is $86 million for a total of almost $120 million worth of work. New building on the current property is $33 million for Moccasin Elementary School. High school is about $87 million worth of work for a total of $120 million worth of work. So this is the most cost-effective way to achieve what you're trying to accomplish. Well, thank you everybody for your interest in the Buchanan 2023 referendum.